Patch status in OCI console is failed if applied from OCI console. For details on the failed patches, use DB and OCI CLI and log files. Refer to the following file, find the job ID from the timestamp of the job. OCDB patch history list by DB system ID DB ID. Decline list jobs. Decline describe job ID. /op/oracle/dcs/log/dcsagent.log. About upgrading databases in DB systems. Upgrade to a stable release, 19C. Requirements. Ensure DB is hosted on Oracle Linux 7. Grid 19C, if ASM is used. If requirements are not met, migrate to a new DB system. Database requirements. Ensure archive log mode is enabled. Ensure flashback must be enabled, according to documentation. Available tools, console and API, decline is not possible. The presented procedure is applicable in BM and VM. To pre-upgrade recommended actions. Plan for downtime. Test the new database version on the application. It is recommended to select the version with the last patch number. Take backup of the database before backup. Perform the pre-check first to discover any issue. Remove data guard association before upgrade. Disable automatic backup. If you update 11G to 19C, the resulting database will not be CDB. To upgrade procedure. OCI console. Go to the database details page, click on Updates link, click on the three-dot ellipsis menu of the required version, click on Upgrade. API. List databases. Upgrade database. List database upgrade history entries. To upgrade process in the background. 1. Execute pre-check. 2. Creates a guaranteed restore point. 3. Creates a new database home. 4. Runs the database upgrade assistant, BUA. To post-upgrade recommended actions. Remove the old database home. Consider enabling automatic backup. Set the database compatible parameter. Make sure the OS variables are correctly set in the bash profile script. .bashrc. Decline delete bomidb_home_id. To rolling back unsuccessful upgrade. If the upgrade was unsuccessful, you can roll back the upgrade. Click on Rollback button in the top banner. Backing up your database is critical to ensure the safety of your data. Oracle offers several methods for backing up your database. In DB systems, backups can be stored in object storage or local storage. Factors like durability, availability, efficiency, internet/service gateway requirements. Available storage size need to be considered while deciding destination of backups. When data is stored in object storage, data will be saved in all availability domains within the same region. With local storage, data is saved at the disk level in FRA. If disk is lost, we lose the data too. Backing up data in local storage does not need internet access. Object storage is accessed through a URL, so internet connection and access to service gateway is needed to access object storage. Object storage space is unlimited. With local storage we are limited by the size of FRA. With VM we can extend storage size, in bare metal, we cannot extend storage size. Storage size is fixed in bare metal. Backups of databases in DB systems can be done using OCI console, API, RMAN, decline, not available for a 2-node rack DB system. Backups of databases can be taken automatically based on pre-configured settings or manually on demand. When backups are taken automatically they are called managed backups, because they are automatically managed by OCI. We just feed the OCI with automatic backup settings. For manual backups, they are called unmanaged, because OCI has no control over them. They can created and dropped on need and demand purpose. All backups scheduled are incremental. For full backup can be done manually. Managed backups are created by OCI console and API. Unmanaged backups can be created by OCI console, API, RMAN, decline. Although we have few backup tools, they have influence over each other. The OCI backups an API call RMAN to achieve their backup task. When they do so, they override any existing RMAN configurations. Prerequisites for managed backups are: DB system and databases must be in available state. For backups to object storage, connectivity is needed. The DB should be in archive log mode. The /U01 should have free disk space. The bash profile should not have interactive commands. For automatic backups, do not change the wallet_location in sklnet.aura file. Managing backups from OCI console. Set automatic backup settings. Open DB page and click Configure Automatic Backups. Mark the checkbox Enable Automatic Backups. Backup setting for OCI console are: backup retention period, backup scheduling. When automatic backup is configured, backup will be taken in a routine as weekly level 0 backup, daily incremental level 1 backup, minimum every 60 minutes backup of archived redo log files. Managing backups through Dcli. Dcli can be used to take backups to object storage or to the local storage. Backup configuration file with destinal type, local or object store, recovery window needs to be set. Restore operation can be done through Dcli. We would have to use RMAN to restore. 1. Create a backup configuration. 2. Get the ID of the database you want to backup. 3. Associate the backup configuration with the database. Dcli create backup config name prod backup destination. Disk recovery window 5. Hashtag to verify. Dcli list backup configs. Hashtag to display details of a configuration. Dcli describe backup config I less than b.config ID in b.config name. Dcli list databases. Dcli update database backup configed bc.id bid db.id. Oracle Copyright Database Cloud for DBAs, a course by Ahmed Baraka. Using Dcli for taking backups for DB system. Databases, cont. 4. Initiate the database backup. 5. Monitor the produced job. Dcli create backup bid db.id, db name db.name. Backup type, regular L0, regular L1, long-term archive log. Keep days. Tag backup tag. Dcli describe job job.id. Managing backups from RMAN. Backup a database to object storage using RMAN. OCI is much easier tool to configure backups with few mouse clicks. But RMAN provides more control and visibility on managing the backups. When backups will be taken, take backups to local storage. Because OCI can override RMAN settings, it is better to skip using OCI for backups if RMAN is preferred backup mechanism. Prerequisites for RMAN backups are: access rights and connectivity to the object storage. Use Internet Gateway or Service Gateway. A bucket should be created in the object storage. Auth token should be generated for the OCI user. This token can be easily generated from the OCI console. To make the RMAN seamlessly connect to the object storage, we must install backup module in it. The installation procedure is easy. We would need opc_installed.jar file to be downloaded and then cd to a directory to install the module at /op/oracle/oak/grepos/oss/odgs. Then the run Java jar file by passing the required details like OC's username, auth_token, bucket_name and object storage directory where installation file creates the wallet file, directory where the SBT library would be downloaded. The name of initialization file, config file, that will be created by the installation tool, the endpoint to which the backup needs to be sent, storage location. After the backup module is installed, configure RMAN to use the SBT device and point to the config file that was created when you installed the backup module. Once that is configured, the remaining tasks are same old tasks like creating incremental level 0 backup, level 1 backups, archive log backups. Here's an example. Backup incremental level 0 section size 512 M database plus archive log. Backup incremental level 1 section size 512 M database plus archive log. Backup incremental level 1 cumulative section size 512 M database plus archive log. Backup archive logs frequently to minimize potential data loss, and keep multiple backup copies as a precaution. Backup archive log all not backed up 2 times. In OCI, when DB is configured in VM, a new DB system is automatically created and automatically associated with primary database. You just have to enable DataGuard during DB creation time. For bare metal, the another DB system must already be there before we enable the DataGuard. For supported in Enterprise Edition releases, active DataGuard requires extreme performance. For primary and standby databases must be in the same VCN, virtual cloud network. The security lists must allow the communication between the DBs. Primary and standby databases should be in different availability domain/fault domain. The primary database cannot be terminated until the standby database is terminated. We have to go DataGuard Assignations, and select Enable DataGuard in OCI, and configure the DG settings. In a regular DB, there are 3 modes of DataGuard modes. But in OCI, we have only one mode, maximum performance, maximum availability, and maximum protection are not available. When DB is configured in maximum performance mode, the transactions on primary are committed without considering if they are transmitted on standby. That means, primary will not be affected by the standby. Protection mode is maximum performance, transport type is async, sync mode is not available. And other DG settings are display name, region, availability domain, shape for standby. VCN name should be same as primary, subnet, hostname. After all the required information is provided, click on Enable DG button. EM Express is a neat tool for monitoring Oracle databases, especially for performance tuning. By default, it is not configured in the DB systems 12C and later. EM Express need to be enabled for the DB and accessed through Internet. Use Enterprise Manager Express Console to monitor the database. On 1 and 2 node RAC DB systems, by default, the EM Express console is not enabled on version 18.1.0.0, 12.2.0.1, and 12.1.0.2 databases. You can enable it for an existing database as described below, or you can enable it when you create a database by using the database commands with the coparameter. You must also update the security list and IPtables for the DB system. When you enable the console, you'll set the port for the console. The procedure below uses port 5500, but each additional console enabled on the same DB system will have a different port. To enable, perform the following. Configure the EM Express port. Open the EM Express port in the internal firewall. Open the EM Express port in the security lists. Change the permissions of the XDB wallet files.